And welcome to the Multiversal Omnibus, just a single issue here today, here to talk about Season 9, Episode 1 of The Flash. We're going to do episode breakdowns for The Flash all season long. We'll do it with Superman and Lois as well. Well, basically, I'm saying we, but I mean me. Goose is my co pilot here. If Goose behaves, she's allowed in the studio. I think it's a little surreal, pretty cool that I have listened to podcasts about the Flash for years, Scarlet Velocity and the Flash podcast, and I have enjoyed both of those podcasts. And I think it's pretty awesome that now I get to join the community, add my voice to the community of people who talk about this stuff. So it's pretty cool that I'm doing that. I'm really excited. And I'm honored to put my voice into a space where there's already a lot of great voices and great ideas being shared. It's really fun. All right, so Flash season 9, episode 1, the last first episode of the Flash. I thought the final season started off with a pretty good note. I thought the final season was pretty strong. I like time loop episodes in general. My favorite time loop episode, of course, was Legends of Tomorrow, Zari's episode, where she is going through a time loop where the wave rider explodes. She gets to a point where she gets to know all of the crew, all the legends a little bit more. She even discovers McRory's secret writing. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. So I enjoyed time loop episodes in the past. I like Nora's episode in season 5. Time loops are a thing that I really enjoy. So Nora's episode in season 5 of The Flash, where she reversed Flash, and she kept trying to get this right. I thought that was a lot of fun. So time loop episodes are always fun, and I thought this offered a lot of the Groundhog Day elements that time loops do. I think they rushed the time loop a little bit for the sake of the story. I think they could have gone a little bit more with the time loop and had a little more fun with that. But look, this is the Flash's first rodeo, and we kind of knew where it was going pretty quickly into the episode. I really enjoyed this episode because it was good for Barry and Iris's relationship. It was good for character beats. I mean, Barry trying to make sure nothing comes up and he doesn't lose Iris again, and there's no drama in the future that he can't predict because that's really the plight of being the Flash. All these things keep happening. Thawne's gone. All of a sudden, he can predict the future, and he uses his ability for uh, all the things he can do to predict the future. And he makes this little book of it. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I also think it's cool that Iris didn't just go with it because Iris's motivations completely different than Barry's here. Iris wanted to make up her own decisions, wanted to have her own autonomy, didn't want her life decided for her. The character beats made a lot of sense here, and the conflict of the episode made a lot of sense, and how they came together on it was really why they're a good TV couple, why they work. I thought it was actually really reasonable writing from The Flash in terms of the character beats. Um, again, the only thing I would say is they rushed the groundhog thing for the story. Obviously, spoiler alert, if you have not watched the episode, um, Black Death, I'm sorry, Red Death is coming. Red Death is coming. You saw Batwoman uh, in Red Death form at the end of this, um, funding or supplying Captain Boomerang, the new Captain Boomerang. So you have some very interesting ideas. That's a lot of organization from Red Death. So while there's something chaotic going on, you still have the bat like ability to function and figure things out and plan things. So we're seeing little glimpses of the beginning of the character. We just got a little tease of Red Death, but we knew this was coming. If you follow the news of the show, you knew Red Death was coming. You knew it was going to be Javicia Leslie, Batwoman. Ryan Wilder is going to be Batwoman again, but as Red Death. And that's a pretty exciting element to the show. I think it's going to be a really good villain for the season. I wonder if it's going to be the season long bad guy or just a season arc. But really interested in seeing that. Season 9 of The Flash is going to be really interesting because of all the cameos. It's going to feel like a crossover. Oliver Queen is coming back. So, really like that. A couple of complaints. First off, Iris just starts blogging a couple seasons ago, and now she has a media empire. We're talking about her winning 2 Pulitzers in the past, and the fact that Kara Zor-El won a Pulitzer on Supergirl and she never even came to work. This Arrowverse needs to stop using the word Pulitzer. They don't know how blogging works, and they certainly don't know how journalism works. Drives me up a wall. That being said, in this world in which Iris has built up Central City News, her move makes sense. And Sue Dearborn pulling all the strings together from past seasons. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm good with that. Unrealistic as it is, that's kind of how the show goes. Anything journalism, the show doesn't go great. I liked the Cat Grant and Catco references uh, from Supergirl. I think every episode of season 9 has to include something Arrowverse, whether it's a cameo or just nods to it. We keep getting teased with Cord Industries. We're never going to see Blue Beetle in the Arrowverse. The Arrowverse is ending. At this point, I'm almost like, just pick a different name of something. Like, yeah, but really exciting episode. I thought there were some cool scenes. I thought phasing the bomb through the city, so vibrating as if he was phasing through the explosion, and then the explosion phased through. It's very much like what he did with the plane. He phased the plane through the bridge. I thought that was absolutely genius because the seconds are ticking off and it's about to explode. And I know he's the Flash, but I'm like, why is he waiting? What is he doing? There's got to be a better way to do this. And then phasing the bomb through the city, diffusing the bomb that way was very cool. Very cool. And when Iris and Barry decide they don't want the book and he just zips the lightning in, that's the coolest way to start a fire. So really exciting episode, really fun. Character beats were good. Joe and Cecile have some things up in the air. Joe mentioned maybe leaving Central City, and Cecile is working on her telekinesis powers, which, again, I don't know what they're doing with Cecile. And then you have the throwaway with Caitlin. At the end of this, it's not Frost, it's not Caitlin. Who is it? Weird science experiment is what it sounds like. That looks like the direction of the next episode, judging by the teaser for next week. So yeah, so overall, I'd give this the season 9 premiere. I give it an 8 out of 10. I wasn't blown off uh, my feet. I was not uh, blown away. I thought it was a good first step into the last season. I don't think it missed a step. I don't think it was amazing. I don't think it was bad. It was entertaining and it did a lot of work. So it did a lot of work for setting up where we are with the characters. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. And yeah, those are my quick little thoughts on the Flash season premiere. You're going to get these little like 10-minute, 9, 10-minute videos per episode of The Flash. And we're going to do this for Superman and Lois. I also will probably talk about Superman and Lois on Jordan Wigan show, Elseworlds, a DC fan podcast. We talk about Superman and Lois twice on his show. That'll probably continue. We'll see what we do this week for the Multiversal Omnibus main show. I'm not sure what I'm doing today, what day I'm doing it. I might do it Friday, but I'm going to try to find someone to do it with tomorrow. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, guys, super excited. Flash is off to a good start. 8 out of 10 would be my episode grade. I'm liking it. So have a good day, read comics, watch movies, and have fun.